The National Investigation Agency has recorded the statement of a hotelier who has told them that he saw Thane businessman Mansukh Hiren on March 3rd when he went to hand over the hafta to Mumbai Police's top cop Sachin Vaze at his Crime Intelligence Unit office in Mumbai. In a statement to the NIA, the hotelier said that he had seen Mansukh Hiren, the arrested constable Vinayak Shinde, and a few other policemen in a meeting. The NIA might also question the policemen seen in that meeting to find out what they were doing in the CIU office, as they are attached to another unit. The Maharashtra Anti-Terrorism Squad, or the ATS, believes that the plan to kill Mansukh Hiren was hatched between March 2nd and March 3rd at the CIU office itself, situated at the Mumbai Police headquarters in Kolaba. The hotelier in his statement said that the meeting happened behind closed doors between 4:30 pm and 6:30 pm on Wednesday, March 3rd. The hotelier said that Mansukh Hiren was looking quite disturbed and was murmuring to himself about an unreasonable demand when he had done nothing wrong. Now the NIA believes that Sachin Vaze was trying to convince Mansukh to take responsibility for the Ambani bomb scare case, for which he was not ready. A constable has backed the hotelier's claim that Mansukh was not ready to accept the blame for the sensational case to kill Ambanis. Now the agencies are looking at all the suspects involved in the killing of Mansukh Hiren. According to the sources, a police official had applied for a leave for the day that Mansukh Hiren was murdered. Now the NIA finds this very suspicious because according to the police rules, the leave has to be applied at least 4 days in advance, but here it was done only 2 days prior. Maharashtra ATS, which was earlier investigating the case, believes that Mansukh Hiren was murdered near Gaimukh Chopati on the Ghodbandar road, which is very close to where I live here. It's a dark place on the highway with no CCTV cameras around, where committing such crimes is relatively easy. The NIA officials visited this spot and met ATS ACP Sripat Kale to understand the sequence of events. Both the agencies are also probing the role of a retired policeman in this case. One reason for the suspicion is that the mobile phone from which Mansukh Hiren was called to meet that retired cop named Taude at Gaimukh Chopati on Ghodbandar Road was switched off at Andheri East. Coincidentally, the retired cop also stays in the same area. So who really is Mansukh Hiren, and why are the circumstances around his death so twisted? On February 25th, an abandoned vehicle, a Scorpio that contained 20 sticks of the explosive gelatin, was found parked near Antilia, the residence of Mukesh Ambani. The Scorpio, which was found with the explosives, belonged to this man named Mansukh Hiren, a Thane-based businessman. Now, before his death, Mansukh Hiren had claimed that his Scorpio was stolen on February 17th. Later, his body was fished out of Mumra Creek in Thane on March 5th. His wife Vimla Hiren has mentioned in her complaint that Mumbai police officer Sachin Vaze killed her husband. In the FIR, Vimla narrated the entire sequence of events till March 5th when her husband's body was found. Vimla said, Mansukh Hiren, an auto parts dealer, was in possession of the Scorpio car for 3 years and it originally belonged to one Peter Newton. She said that Hiren gave the car to Sachin Vaze, a regular client, in November last year. Her exact statement is, on February 5th, Sachin Vaze sent the car to our shop with a complaint that the car's steering was stiff. Then 12 days later, on February 17th, my husband Mansukh left for Mumbai in the car. However, the steering jammed and he parked the car near Mulund Toll Plaza. The next day, the car could not be found. She said that Mansukh then filed a complaint with the Vikhroli police for his missing Scorpio car. Vimla further said, on February 25th, when the Scorpio was found near Ambani's residence, the ATS Vikhroli unit questioned her husband. Her husband identified the car and also informed them about the theft complaint and showed them the copy of the FIR. She also mentioned that on February 27, 28 and March 2nd, her husband was with Sachin Vaze, known as the encounter specialist. She said that on March 2nd, Mansukh informed her that he was asked by Sachin Vaze to submit a complaint about harassment by police and media to the Chief Minister, Home Minister and Police Commissioner of Thane and Mumbai. However, when she asked her husband whether he was being tortured by the cops, he denied. But hold on. What she said next will send a chill down your spine. Hiren's wife has claimed in a statement that her husband told her that Sachin Vaze had asked him to get himself arrested and he would ensure that he gets a bail in few days. She said on March 4th, Mansukh told me to speak to a lawyer for anticipatory bail as he might be arrested. But the lawyer said anticipatory bail will not be accepted as Mansukh is not an accused. Vimla said she saw her husband for the last time on March 4th when he went to meet a police officer named Taude from Kandivali Crime Branch for guidance. Mansukh did not return home that day. The very next day, on March 5th, Mansukh's body was fished out from the Mumra Creek in Thane. The Thane police said at least 5 handkerchiefs were tied around Mansukh's face when his body was found. Vimla's statement after finding her husband's body is even more shocking. She said, "My husband was a good swimmer and he cannot drown. His belongings like phone, gold chain, wallet were not found. Looking at the entire situation, I'm sure he was murdered and I suspect that Vaze has killed him." This is what she has said in her complaint to the police. And just yesterday, the National Investigation Agency recovered crucial evidence in the Mansukh Hiren murder case from the Mithi River in Mumbai. This includes 3 hard disks, 2 digital video recorders, a laptop, 2 central processing units, a router, printer, and 2 car number plates with similar registration numbers. These items are suspected to have been used in the crime by the main accused, suspended cop Sachin Vaze and his accomplices. Vaze was taken to the recovery spot by the NIA officials to identify the retrieved items. Sachin Vaze's former subordinate Assistant Police Inspector Riaz Qazi, who is now attached to the local arms unit of Mumbai Police, was also there. Once considered as Vaze's right hand, he has now turned a witness in the case and is reportedly helping the NIA in the probe. The NIA team, headed by Superintendent of Police Vikram Khalate, reached the bridge on Mithi River near Bail Bazaar and the Bandra Kurla complex at 3 p.m. yesterday. The materials were retrieved by local divers using air tubes and ropes over 3 hours. According to the NIA officials, the recovered items will now be sent to the Forensic Science Laboratory. After analysis and data retrieval from electronic items, it will be clear whether they were used in the crime or not. Now, in my last video on Ambani murder plan and how the NIA arrested Sachin Vaze, a lot of you asked me in the comments what could be the possible motive to assassinate the Ambani family. Well, it is not clear why Vaze, an assistant police inspector with 14 years of experience, would want to carry out something as harebrained as threatening India's richest businessman. A senior officer says that if Vaze's involvement in this case is true, then one thing is clear: he must have had the support of the system. The police had found a note in the Scorpio which said that this was just a trailer. It went on to warn that the Ambanis would have to face dire consequences if they continued to support the BJP and the RSS. The NIS found that the note was faked at someone's behest. But one thing is very clear: Sachin Vaze's arrest has put the Maha Aghadi Vikas government in the dock. Maharashtra Home Minister Anil Deshmukh, who is from the NCP, accidentally admitted that Mansukh Hiren was killed. His exact words to the media were, "Both cases of the explosive-laden car and Hiren's murder are being handled by the NIA. Shiv Sena spokesperson Sanjay Raut has termed the investigation an attempt to destabilize the government. A leader of the opposition, Praveen Darekar, has demanded that a narcotics analysis test should be conducted on Vaze so that the real masterminds in this case are nailed. NCP Chief Sharad Pawar, who had rushed to Mumbai from Delhi on March 12th to discuss the case with Uddhav Thackeray, has downplayed its significance. It's a local case, he said while interacting with the reporters on March 14th. But the case is being investigated by the National Investigation Agency, which is a central agency that reports to the Union Home Ministry, which is under Amit Shah of BJP. So now you can draw your own inferences and understand just how diabolical, twisted, and deeply disturbing this entire case is, and how the biggest names in the state government have been rattled by the fast-paced developments. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. If you want to chat with me, we can do so on my Instagram account. It's @reviewron. But please subscribe here if you find my videos worth it. And even if you don't, thank you so much for watching as always. Jai Hind.